Back off. Oh, no. What a nuisance.
Don't bother strutting.
All right, level up.
I'll bury you. I'll bury you. You're done for. You're all sick. Done. I'll bury you. You're all sick. I'll bury you. You're all sick. You'll die in vain. You're done for. Give it up. Done. Move it. Dirty rat. Dirty rat. Let's go. I'm still here. Rat.
I'm down. Could use some help.
You're done for.
I'm down. Can anyone help?
You got me. Gotta go harder. You're done for. I'll bury you. I shall bestow judgment. Die. I'll bury you. No! That happened. You have nowhere to run except your obliteration. So feeble. You have nowhere to run. I will end you. You'll die in vain.
Not yet.
You'll die in vain.
What an insane work. Not yet.
Not bad. Your leg. You're done. So deep. Dirty rat. Get lost. No. Get off! That won't affect me. You're done for. You're done for. You're done for. Dirty rat! You have nowhere to run! I will end you! You'll die in vain! Give it up! You have nowhere to run!
All done.
Can you take it?
Don't like this!
All done.
You're not good enough! Get lost!
A safe area.
Here I go!
Bad.
You'll disgust.
All done.
Too bad.
You'll die in vain! Get lost! Give it up! You're done for! This is the end! You're done! Dirty rat! I'll create a path! Get lost!
Not ready.
I'll create a path! Get lost! Filthy! I'll create a path! I'll create a path! Get lost! I'll create a path! Get lost! Filthy! Get lost!
Serious?
Stay out of my way! Filthy! Filthy! Playtime is over! You won't... I'll create a path! Playtime is over! You won't withstand this! You won't withstand this! Stay out of my way! Playtime is over! Stay out of my way! You won't withstand this! Stand this! I'll create a path! You stay out of my way! You'll die in vain! You have nowhere to run! Give it up! You have nowhere to run!
Okay.
You'll die in vain! Give it up! You'll die in vain! Give it up! Accept your obliteration! You have nowhere to run!
Think fast! To
You'll
escape!
die in vain!
Think fast!
Give it up!
Try!
Give it up! You'll die in vain! I will end you!
Sit.
Stay back! You won't touch me!
Full power!
You have nowhere to
Hold on,
run!
Not yet! And done! Smash!
You'll die in vain! You won't stay back! You have nowhere to run! You'll die in vain!
Back.
This is it! Get nowhere to run! Here I come! Struggling! How? How?
You can try all you want!
You have nowhere to
Try all
run!
you want!
Dirty
You
rat!
can try all you want!
You dirty
Meet
rat!
my best move!
Dirty
No
rat!
worries!
You'll die in vain! Accept your obliteration! Give it up! You're done! Move it! You're done! Sophie! Stay out of my way! You won't withstand this! Get lost! Stay out of my way! Playtime is over! Stay out of my way! About time. Ow! You're done for. About time. You dirty Raise the roof! You dirty rat! Get lost! I'll create a path! Playtime is over! I'll create a path! You'll die in vain!
What a nuisance.
Ow! Stay out of my way!
What a nuisance.
You're done for! Plus Ultra!
I could do this all day.
Struggle once. Plus Ultra! Plus Ultra!